Hi everyone, this is Dr. Celeste Amaya. Welcome to another episode of Physician Healer. I just want to welcome all of you today. Those of you who are new to my channel, I'm an integrative physician and I utilize Eastern methods into Western medicine to try to allow the combination and the immersion of the two to help us reach the best health that we possibly can reach. Anyway, welcome to today's episode. I wanted to start off with a little bit, a little bit about a topic that a lot of us are familiar with, and that is, when do we take action and when do we not, take action? And this really, what prompted me was, every week I talk with patients who say to me, I wish I could feel better. If I were feeling better, if I didn't have that knee pain, or if I didn't have that headache, or if I didn't have these allergies, I would be happy. If only this could happen for me, if I could only feel better, I would be at peace. I could really enjoy myself. And then the conversation goes further, telling me I remember way back when, I was this, I was that, and if I could only get back to that place, I would be perfect. I would be just fine. And the question I always have for them is, can you be okay now with what you have and how you feel and where you are? And the answer 100% is always no in the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of explain. And it's not that that's our goal, to be unhappy, to have unfulfilled, relationships or finances, or to have poor health. That's really not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, let's say you're just not feeling well. I'm just going to go ahead and take arm pain. Your arm has been hurting for a long time. You've gotten all the tests done and no one can do anything about that. Every test that you've had, every specialist you've talked to, you've just been told, it's something you have to live with, and if we had something for you, we'd give it to you. And you're at a point where it's incredibly frustrating, and I totally understand. You're really frustrated. There's certain things that you're limited in doing, things that you used to do, things that you used to have fun with doing, you can't do anymore, at least for the time being. But what I remind everyone is, okay, you have a choice of either, feeling bad about the situation or feeling good about the situation. And offhand, if you don't think about it, you're like, how can I possibly think well? This is not making me feel good. I can't possibly feel good and be okay with this. But I want to have you think about something a little bit further. Whether or not you're thinking poorly about something, whether or not you feel happy or sad or frustrated, whatever is existing now, it's still going to persist. Okay, so if your arm is hurting, just because you keep complaining about it 10,000 times to whomever is going to listen to you, it actually doesn't make the pain go away. In fact, the opposite happens. It makes the pain worse. You actually, if you want it to heal, it actually won't heal you if you start, continue to think about negative thoughts about that arm pain. Now, I want you to consider something, which is, sometimes it's out of the box, but humor me and just be open. So your arm really hurts. It's been hurting for a long time. None of the tests come back with any indication of what needs to be done. You can either say, this is terrible, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. Remember that the body is an instrument of the mind. Whatever the mind, tells it, the body believes it. So if you keep saying, oh, this is terrible, 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 you are going to technically get more of it. And this is quantum physics. It's all about energy. It's all about attraction, vibration, and so on. And we are electrical. We're also magnetic, okay? But we're mostly electrical, so we do have energy. We're made of energy. Now, let's say the arm is hurting, but instead of saying the obvious, oh, this is terrible, just say, this is okay. If I never get better, and this is as well as it can be, I'm okay with that. I'm not only okay with that, but I think I'm going to be at peace with that. I'm going to go and say, this is awesome. This is actually helping me. Now, offhand, it doesn't make any sense, right? But think about those words. When you say anything is awesome, anything's incredibly wonderful, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful, what changes is your internal system. What changes is that it lifts you. It turns the energy from something negative to something really positive. Now, when do you think the body is going to heal you faster? When you're negative and upset, or when you're positive and feeling really happy? You're feeling joy, you're feeling peace. Okay, if that makes sense to you, that resonates with you, then we're on the right track and you're able to get better and improve over time. The happiest people, the people who are more positive, the people who think things are the glass is half full versus the glass is half empty, they tend to do better in life in general. Doesn't matter what it is. And that's why when we label things as bad or good, pleasant or unpleasant, they are truly illusions. They are very subjective. They have to deal with our perception of things. They are not absolute, because you're going to have 5 or 10 people looking at the same event, and all 5 or 10 people are going to say, something different. One person can say, oh, I don't think that was that bad. The other person says, oh, I think that was terrible. And then another person can say, I think that's fantastic. You get my drift. So my advice is, whatever's bothering you, whether it's it's a level of health that you want, whether it's a relationship that you want, whether it's a financial level that you want, whatever it is that's going on in your life, they operate under the same rules, and it is within the laws of physics. It always has been, and it always will. And so what I'm going to do today is go through a few minutes with you guys on another session of Meridian Meditation. We're going to go ahead and use intentional statements with this, do some breathing exercises to get started to allow the body to relax. And then, and also I wanted to add, some people at work were asking me, what exactly are intentional statements and how do we make them? They're really easy, and there's a reason why we structure the statements in that way. We have the mental chatter, and that's our egoic mind. So let's say we talked about the arm pain, okay, just hypothetically the arm pain. We can say, oh, the arm is great, the arm is great, the arm is great. The arm no longer hurts, or whatever it is. And then your mind's going to come in and say, no, your arm isn't great. Don't you remember? Your arm isn't great at all. Your arm has a lot of pain. So what you want to do is turn the statements into more of a rhetorical question. So you would add a how or a why in the beginning, and at the end you can put things like, no matter what's happening right now, that I didn't notice before. So for example, why is it that my arm is doing so well? My arm is so flexible and so strong that I didn't notice before. And again, think about the way that statement is structured. You're not saying, well, my arm is feeling so great. And the ego comes in and says, no, it's not. You're saying, why is my arm feeling so wonderful that I didn't notice before? So you've already made the declaration that the arm is doing much better. You don't need the egoic mind to come and say, and confront you and say the opposite. The egoic mind comes and answers the question, why is it feeling so much better that you actually didn't notice it before? So how long has this healing been going on? How long has the arm been feeling well and you just didn't notice it? That's the difference. So let's say I'm going to give another example. I had a few people last week ask me to write down and give examples on how to structure the sentences. I'll give another example. Migraine headaches. Why is it that my head feels so energetic that I didn't notice before? Why is my head feeling so light and so happy that I didn't notice before? Okay, let's say I'm really tired and you don't want to be tired. Why am I feeling so energetic that I didn't notice before? Why is my body filled with so much energy, so much power that I didn't notice before? And what you could do is actually spend some time on a piece of paper or in your journal, write down 8 to 10 of them, and then look at them. And then as you do the meridian access points, as you're doing the tapping, and as you're doing the meditation with that, you have those statements, those intentional statements in your mind, or you can actually refer to the journal, refer to the sheet of paper that you use, and you can just look at that. Remember that whatever you write whatever you say out loud, the body, the mind takes it as repetition. So it's more than just thinking about it. If you write something down, it motivates the coordination between the mind and the hand to form the letters. When you say them out loud, your ears, they hear them again. So you're involving many of your senses, which is very important to allow the mind to really accept the thought. And when the mind accepts the thought, the body follows. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you guys, just find a place that's comfortable, a place that's quiet, and just go ahead and close your eyes real gently. And those of you who are not familiar with the points, I would invite you to check my newsletter under substack.com, substack.com, under Physician Healer, or under my name, Dr. Celeste Amaya. I give plenty of examples there. I go through meditation and relaxation sessions in there. Also, you can track some of my previous YouTube videos. This channel is relatively new, so you'll have at least, I believe, 2 or 3 months of weekly YouTube episodes you can definitely look at, play and replay, whatever calls to you, whatever helps you. And I go through the points. I don't always use all the points, depending on how I feel, depending on what I need to get done. I sometimes will just pick and choose certain points that I will use for the episode, but feel free to use all of them. Feel free to use all of them once, twice, focus on certain ones, maybe 3 of them. I've been asked a lot of times, and this is interesting, I have no explanation for this, but there are days I've explained to people that I don't feel like touching any of the points on my face. I just feel like really honing in on the blade of the hand, or the chest, or what they call the collarbone point. This is all I really want to do, and this is what feels right. There are some days this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. The side doesn't feel right. And what feels right on certain days is just honing in on the areas around the eyes, the 3 points around the eyes, under the nose, under the lower lip. There are days when none of those points really feel well to me. They don't feel right. And I only really want to do just the chest and just hone in on the chest, and I'll alternate between the chest and the blade of the hand. So for instructional purposes, I'm going to briefly take a few minutes to go through all the points that you can use, and then we're going to go ahead and do a few minutes of a session, okay? So open up your eyes. Point, blade of the hand. It's also called the judo or the karate chop. Both hands. So you can alternate between the two, or you can stick with one hand or the other. The rate is about here. Yeah, this is too fast. This is kind of too slow. Okay, so whatever's comfortable for you, the frequency has to be comfortable. You can't feel like you're using too many muscles. Okay, so usually it's a wrist motion. So usually it's about there. The hardness, okay, you can hear this. That's too hard. Okay. So it's just very gently at this speed. Now then you have us at the collarbone or the chest. The collarbone's right in here. I call it the chest point because it's really here. It starts at the notch below the shoulder where the arm attaches to the body, and it travels under the collarbone all the way to the breastbone, and it goes down. It's like an elliptical. So if I place my hand here, it's like this whole area here, from here to here, from here to here. So you can do this. You can go in and out. You can just focus on here, under the collarbone, closer to the breastbone. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. A lot of times there are instructors that say, well, where it's tender, that's your tender spot, that's where you need to go. But I've actually seen a lot of instructors, I've learned from a lot of different ones, that they've done different things. So if you have the general area, you're going to be okay. Don't get hung up on where and how many times and how long. How long, people have asked me, 8 to 10 seconds. It could be shorter, it could be longer. I usually just tell people, when you're done with a thought, move on to the next point, but you don't have to. When you're done with one thought, you can also continue at the same points and say a second thought. And when you feel you're done, then move on if you want to. Remember There's no hard rule to this. It's whatever calls to you. That's always going to be the right answer, and it's always going to be the right way. Okay, so we have 1, we have 2, and then you have the brow. The eyebrow is where the eyebrow starts, which is near the forehead. So right in here, it's bony. It's basically your eye socket. So it's bony here. Corner of the eye, it's the socket here, okay? Under the eye, which is the cheekbone, right in here. This is the flesh, not there, up here, okay? Fingers, you can use any 2, 3 fingers, anything that's comfortable. So it could be here, it could be here, it could be like this, okay? So you have eyebrow, corner of the eye, under the eye or the cheek, under the nose where the mustache point is. You just gently tap here or here. Either hand is okay. Under the lower lip, you see this dip right in here? That's where the guys grow the soul patch, right in here. So you can use these 2, these 3, these 2, whatever's comfortable for you, okay? And then what you have is now the side. So the side is also the rib cage right in here. You put your arm comfortably here like you're hugging yourself. This arm goes under, and you could do it on the other side too, okay? And then there's also then the top of the head, which is right in here. The top of the head, you either can tap it, you can use your fingertips. It basically is this entire area here, okay? And again, I normally don't use the top of the head because I'm usually wanting to be more relaxed. So when my hand goes up, it really kind of defeats the purpose for me. But sometimes what I'll do is I will go through all the points once or twice. So in my mind, I've approached all the points, I've tackled all of them, and then I hone in on the ones I feel really comfortable with, okay? So if that is clear, again, if it's not clear, you have any questions, please feel free to comment, okay? And don't forget, remember to click like, click the bell, comment, share. The more people who get on, the more videos I can make. And tell me what you want to see more of. If you have any questions, please include that. Please also do the same if you go onto Substack, my newsletter, which comes out weekly and for free. It comes out every week. That subscription is free under substack.com, substack.com, and make sure you like that, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, something new that's coming up, and I will be releasing that shortly in the next couple of days, and that is my first Meridian Meditation podcast. And basically, it is just my voice and with some meditative music playing in the background to allow you to access the points you need to with me talking in the background and guiding you through. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me over the years, and then I had someone ask me last week, so I finally just got brave and I did it. It is about 15 minutes long. It is free, and so subsequent ones will be just about 50 cents to $1 a day. If you want to continue, that will be by prescription only, by subscription only. And that will come out, a new one will come out every week, and it will be about 30 to 35 minutes long. Some of them will be 40 to 45, which allows you ample time to really either sit up or lie down and really do this thoroughly with me speaking in the background, guiding you, okay? Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to have you guys find a comfortable place to sit and just close your eyes gently. And go ahead and now just take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and track that breath all the way down into the belly. And just allow 5 to 7 seconds. Release through the mouth. Take about 5 to 7 seconds. And let it out. Breathe in again when you're ready. And let it out. Now go ahead and just breathe very gently and very quietly, and begin by accessing the chest points. And go ahead and tap these points as I speak. I give thanks to my mind, body, and spirit today. I give gratitude. I appreciate everything that my mind, my body, my spirit have done for me. I allow this time, this precious time, to give a chance for my body to heal, to restore, to balance, and to regenerate. I remind myself that this connection is not only about myself. I'm connected not only to all the elements that make me who I am, but I'm also connected to everyone and everything all around me. And it is this connection that makes me realize always that I am watched, guided, and cared for at all times by higher intelligence, by God, by my faith. I allow this. I am grateful. Through my connection to things that are much more vast than I could ever imagine, I realize that we are all one. We're never alone. That the oneness is with everyone. The oneness is our connection with all of nature, with every tree, every flower, every blade of grass, every cloud, every bit of sky. We're all connected in that way. And that is our freedom. Our freedom is through our internal knowledge of this connection. I begin now to release the heaviness. I release the burdens. I release all that is heavy from my mind, the things that no longer serve me. I release everything from my body, all that feels burdensome and heavy that no longer serve me. I will now change the meridian point to the blade of the hand and gently tap here as I speak. As I breathe into the space of the present time, I am aware that the only time is now. In the now, in the present moment, all things are possible. I can feel my breath. I can feel my heartbeat. I can feel that I'm alive. I am grateful for my breath. I am grateful for my heartbeat. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for everything and nothing at all. I'm grateful for just simply existing. The universe never asks, for what reason are you grateful? Whenever I feel grateful, more things come that allow me to be even more grateful. Go ahead and change the meridian point to the corner of the eye and gently tap here as I speak. As I breathe into the space of the present time, I hold space not only for myself, but for everyone and everything. And within the space that I hold, I release into the space, allowing myself to be as I am, showing up, knowing that I don't need to be a certain way, I don't need to be a specific way. For it is said that there are no extra humans on this planet, that we are all necessary, we're all special, and we're all unique. I am unique, and I am enough. Go ahead and change the meridian point to under the eye, at the cheek. As I breathe into the space of the present time, I am aware that whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, whoever I am at this moment, it is temporary and it is perfect. It is said that I am exactly where I need to be at this moment. This doesn't mean that I don't go further. It just means I accept and I allow everything in the present moment, here and now. Everything is okay. Go ahead and switch and change the meridian point back into the chest. As I breathe into the present moment, as I breathe into the now, I allow all thoughts that no longer serve me to be released. I give permission for my body to release all things that no longer serve me. As all the heaviness is contained within me, I hereby set down the luggage, the baggage, the backpacks, everything, the suitcases, just setting them down. I give myself permission to set all these things down, and I feel the lightness. I feel the heaviness being released from my head, from my neck, from my shoulders, from my back, and I allow myself the freedom to flow forward with ease, without effort at all, allowing my body to rise, allowing me to feel the lightness of being. I give myself permission to feel lighter and to be lighter as the days go on. And as the days turn into weeks, months, and years, I give permission for my body to be light and to always be healing, restoring, coming together in alignment. Go ahead and change the meridian point back to the blade of the hand and gently tap here as I speak. As I breathe into the present moment, breathe into the space, I ask that my chest space open up and expand and feel that warmth that flows freely within me and through me. I remember I am light, I am love, I am joy, and I am peace. I am the happiness and the laughter that I seek. I realize through an inner knowing that everything I need is here. All the answers, all of the solutions have always been here. I will open up and surrender, listen to the silence, invite the silence and the stillness. Allow me to listen into this knowledge and allow this knowledge, this inner knowing, to flow through me and to be kept within me. I am never alone, but always watched, always guided, and always cared for. Go ahead and change the meridian point to the top of the head and gently tap here as I speak. As I breathe into the present moment, as I breathe into the space of the present time, I allow myself to exist as I am. I am enough. I am more than enough. I have more than enough. I'm just going to show up as I am and allow all thoughts that no longer serve me to be released at this point in time. I am free, and I breathe into the space of the present time. Go ahead and change the meridian point back into the chest. As I breathe into the space of the present time, I release, I let go, and I surrender to what is. I accept and allow whatever is going on in my life. I know that there's a reason, and there's magic always on the other side. I accept the chaos. I accept what I've labeled as unpleasant. I accept what I've labeled as bad. But I know now there is no bad, there's no good, there's no unpleasant and pleasant, for all those things are merely illusions. I release my expectations, I release my judgment, I release my labels, my reactions, and emotions at this time. I'm going to go ahead and switch the meridian point back to the brow. Gently tap here as I speak. As I breathe into the present moment, I will ask myself questions of truth. Am I breathing? Yes. Can I feel my heartbeat? Yes. Am I alive? Yes. Am I grateful for being? Yes. I'm grateful for being exactly where I am. Go ahead and switch and change the meridian point to the corner of the eye. I'm now going to use intentional statements. How is life so incredible for me that I didn't notice before? How have I become so enough that I didn't notice before? How am I having more than enough all around me, such abundance that I didn't notice before? How is my life so awesome that I didn't notice before? Change the meridian point to under the eye at the top of the cheek. How am I feeling so strong that I didn't notice before? How am I so healthy that I didn't notice before? Go ahead and change the meridian point back into the chest. How is my life so abundant? Everywhere I turn, things are happening for me that I didn't notice before. How am I feeling so strong and so quick to heal that I didn't notice before? How is there so much magic and so much love all around me, coming to me, that I didn't notice before? How are so many people coming out of the woodwork and offering to help me that I didn't notice before? How am I feeling so much peace, feeling so much worth in myself that I didn't notice before? Go ahead and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. And again, track that breath all the way down to the belly, taking about 6 to 7 seconds. And release through the exhale. Go ahead and relax both hands down on your lap. Take another slow, deep breath in and visualize breathing in so much brightness into every cell of your body, and track that breath all the way down into the belly. Release. And now just breathe quietly and gently. And just keep your eyes closed for a moment. I want you to give the body a chance to slowly come out into this moment, into this reality. And allow yourself to just softly think in your mind those intentional questions. How am I feeling so wonderful now that I didn't notice before? How am I so happy now? So happy. Feeling so awesome that I didn't notice before. How did I end up finding so much magic in and around my life that I didn't notice before? How is my life truly so very incredible? There's so much love around me and within me that I didn't notice before. How am I feeling so much peace and contentment that I didn't notice before? How is there so much love within me? Love that I'm radiating, love coming to me and all around me. So much abundance that I didn't notice before. How is that happening that I didn't notice any of this before? Take a deep breath in and release. Again, deep breath in and let it out. Now when you're ready, just gently open your eyes and just stare for a little while. Just stare straight ahead. And when it calls to you and you feel ready, just slowly move around, slowly stretch. Stretch your fingers, stretch your arms, your body. Slowly get up if you're sitting in a chair or lying down, and just stretch your body. And just come out slowly. Give your body a chance to come out into this present moment, into this present reality. I want to thank all of you for joining me for this episode. I hope you found something meaningful, and I really hope this helps you. Again, please feel free to let me know if there's anything you want to see, if there are any questions that you have. I'll be more than happy to answer you the best I can. Again, please hit the like and the little alert bell so you get the new episodes as they come. Be sure to share it with family or friends if you found anything meaningful. Please remember to subscribe and get friends and family to subscribe as well. And remember to check out my newsletter, substack.com, under Dr. Celeste Amaya, under Physician Healer. Get some few tidbits, some more lessons on Meridian Meditation. And again, if there's anything, any questions that you have, feel free to leave comments. Remember to subscribe and share. And again, a new feature that I have is going to be a recorded audio podcast, which will allow you to approach the meridian points, whether you're lying down or sitting up, and having me guide you through. And it'll be for a little bit over 16 minutes. This will be a free trial for you. Subsequent ones, episode 2 and so on, will be much longer. It'll be 30 to 40 minutes, and that will be by subscription only, which costs between 50 cents and $1 a day. Okay, so enjoy, guys. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, much love and gratitude. I wish you all many blessings, a lot of things coming to your life that you're going to be so grateful for. All right, remember to write your gratitude in your gratitude journals, at least 8 of them, morning and evening. As soon as you get up in the morning, before you go to bed at night, keep those gratitudes alive and well. Okay? Anyway, bye-bye.